Have you ever noticed whenever an agent wants to do a valuation for you, it's free? You wonder why? That's what we're going to talk about today. So let's go back 35 years ago to when I first started in this business, actually maybe even 36 years ago now. We used to charge zero for valuations back then also. So in the organised history of real estate, I don't think there has ever been a time where a real estate agent has actually charged the consumer for a valuation. So unfortunately, from a consumer's point of view, if something is free, it typically has no value, and unfortunately, real estate agent valuations have fallen into that category. What's interesting is other trades, for example, a plumber, they don't do free quotes, they charge for the quote, and then if you do the job, they reduce the bill by the amount of that quote. Well, why don't we do that in real estate? Well, maybe the question should be, why do real estate agents waste their time in doing these valuations all the time for these people that may not be selling now or in the next month or two? Well, the term in real estate that we use is fishing upstream. As a real estate agent, I want to know that you're thinking about selling maybe in 6 months or a year, so I can do that valuation for you now and develop that relationship over the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. So when it actually comes time for you to sell your house, we have that relationship. You can come back to me. We now have a level of trust, and you know if I tell you the house is worth a certain value now, you trust me, as opposed to just calling an agent out of the blue, getting a price, and not knowing if you can really trust the agent or not. In fact, I was just chatting with my brother Rodney the other day, who lives down in the Brisbane area, and he told me he just had a few real estate agents come out to give him the value of the house just so he kind of knew what it was. He's got no intention of selling, but if he had a good agent come out and that agent now follows up and stays in touch with him, maybe when my brother sells in 3, 5, 10 or 20 years, he may call that agent back because that agent again has now established a relationship. So that's pretty much why agents do these free valuations all the time. Now this may be a little controversial what I'm going to say, but at least hear it through the end before you press the stop button on me. I think agents should charge $1,000 to do a valuation on a property. And the reason I think that is because consumers tend to get lots of agents out to do valuations until they find the agent that will tell them the highest price. So this may be slightly controversial, and hear it through. I think agents should charge $1,000 for a valuation, and that would achieve a couple of things. Number one, it would stop consumers doing what we call shopping a price. That is, calling as many agents as possible to keep trying to get as high a price as possible, not for the house, but just being told a high price, and having the agent do what we call buying the listing, telling the consumer a ridiculous price that they think the house is worth, putting it on the market, and then the agent keeps pulling the consumer down on the price till they get to the realistic price. If we charge for valuations, the consumer's not going to spend $5,000 for 5 different valuations to finally get to a value where they decide to sell. So I think by doing that, it would fix the problem. Now, I know that's never going to happen, but that's just one of my pet peeves in real estate. Consumers shopping price to find an agent, not shopping agents and then finding a price. They do it in reverse. So there you have it. That's why agents do free valuations. So with that in mind, if you want a free valuation, no, I'm just kidding. With that in mind, if you're thinking of selling a house, give me a call. We'd love to have a chat with you. If you're thinking about buying, we'll help you also. And if you're a landlord, give us a call and we'll show you our rental guarantees. That's it for now. See you all next week.